I'm Sherry Methvin. I'm a realtor with Century 21 Goodyear Green, and today we're going to talk about home inspections. Home inspections are optional. You don't have to do them, but I don't recommend that you don't do them. I recommend highly that you have a home inspection done. Also, anyone can do a home inspection. You can do your own home inspection. Your Uncle Bob can do an inspection for you, but I highly recommend again that you hire a licensed professional home inspector to do your home inspection. I think you're going to get an overall better view of the home, and you're going to get a report with pictures, and it'll explain everything, and it helps the seller to make repairs on the home after you've had the inspection done. And also, inspections are done at a point in time. So if you have an inspection done after you go under contract, then you may have 3 weeks between that and closing, and during that 3 weeks, anything can happen. So they are a point in time. And also, home inspectors can only see what they can see. They don't necessarily aren't able to see inside of walls. They're not able to see what's under the ground. And they can't see into the future, so they don't necessarily know how long something's going to last or anything. They just can't see. So there are some limitations to home inspections. Basically, the inspector is looking at all the systems of the home. They go inside, outside, on top of, underneath if possible. So some of those systems include the roof, the structural system of the home, the electrical, the plumbing, the HVAC system, the foundation, the attic, the crawl space. They go in the attic, they go down under the crawl space if there is one. And sometimes they have special tools that will help them to do some extra even inside the walls, even though I just said that might not be something they can do, but if they have a moisture meter, that kind of helps. Also, there may be some additional systems that your house has that you're purchasing that may cost extra or maybe an additional inspection. So some of those might include if you have a sprinkler system, or if you have a pool, if you have a well instead of city water, or if you have a septic system instead of city sewer. If you have your ducts scoped because their home inspector finds something a little suspect inside the ductwork. And also, if your home inspector finds something a little suspect about the foundation of the home, you might want to pay to hire a structural engineer to take a look at that. Additionally, you'll pretty much always, at least in Oklahoma, you'll always want to get a termite inspection, and that is always extra as well. And a lot of times that will be a separate inspector as well. Typically, a home inspection costs about $250 to $400. It could be more, it could be less, just depending on the inspector and the size of the home and what is inspected. So if you add on some of those inspections we just talked about, it'll go up from there. And typically, you can either pay at the time of closing, or you can add the cost for the closing to the closing costs when you pay it when you buy the house. But typically, if you pay at closing for your inspection, it'll cost you a little bit more. The buyer pays for home inspections, and they pay for the whole house inspection, and if you have extra inspections done, they're paid for by the buyer, at least in Oklahoma. I highly recommend that you attend your home inspections because that way you can see it's the longest time you're going to have in the home. You can go in, you can measure your refrigerator space, you can take some pictures if you want, you can start imagining how your furniture is going to look in the home. It's just a great time for you to spend in the home and to get a real good feel for the house itself. And then if the inspector finds something, they can point that out to you, and so you have a really good understanding of it. Additionally, the home inspector obviously will be there, and your agent will be there. And also, the seller's agent may show up at some point, and there is a chance that the seller may be at the inspection as well, but not really recommended for sellers to be there. If you have further questions about inspections, I'm happy to help. Please feel free to call me. My name and number are below. And I'm Sherry Methvin with Century 21 Goodyear Green, and I look forward to next time when we talk about repairs.